time is it by
I
you?
mean, well, we just changed the clocks literally last
Oh.
night, so I'm not even entirely sure.
Alright, this has become too difficult. You changed the
My
clocks
computer
already?
says it's nearly 9. Let's go with that, I guess.
Oh, so we're only nearly 9?
Yeah,
Did we
5
change
to
the
9.
clocks too?
I don't think you change clock. Do you? Do
No,
you
we
even
can't be.
change
We
clocks?
can't be 4 hours apart. There's no way. Yeah, we changed clocks as well. I thought we did November 2nd, but who knows? What I do
But which
know
way?
is that
But
we're.
which way did you? Are you gonna
I have
change
no
them
idea.
backwards next? I don't
Since
know.
smartphones and computers exist, do you think I've paid attention to how clocks changed in the last 10 years? No. I have not. But we are on a map. This is Cobble. I think VexedGaming picked this as a map they play a lot. And VexedGaming, a team coming into this, everyone expecting them to be pretty favored considering they're playing at the recent major. But this round not going so well for them.
Yeah, it's going to come down to Rollins here. He's going to try and, well, actually do pretty well for them, as they did manage to get those 2 kills. They're going to have to play the retake here, looking to get around the statue and find that kill, but it's going to be Mita gets Pete instead. Now looks to try and get the clutch. Has got himself the first headshot now, looking for the second, going around, continually pecking away, but quite finalizing the kill, and the timer is now starting to really tick down, so that's going to mean he pushes out, and that's going to mean Mita's easily able to punish.
Oh, and the man that we were waiting on, not his fault, was actually a CEVO issue that we were having, but Mida was the man we were waiting on, and he comes into the pistol round with a big 3K, closes it out with the 1v1 against Rallin. And I was a little concerned when the terrorists, that is, they're planting the bomb, they've got control of the B bomb site, they want to get up onto long B, they jumped up into that crossfire of Rallin, and can't quite remember who else was alive with him at the time, but brought it down to a 2-on-2, so it's pretty close, and now the CT is playing aggressive out of A, peeking with the scouts and the Deagle here on their force buy.
Scout did manage to find a little bit of damage there, Cobus on 50 HP as a result of it, but it's not going to be a commitment quite yet. ECVizualise holding off for just a little bit longer, still potentially exposing themselves to the Scout. Not really getting much for it, though. Let's see if they can actually make a move, because this is the kind of thing you can start to lose a round off of if it's a force buy, and you just start losing all that health for so many players.
Yeah, it's probably pretty tense over there on the T side right now. Cobus, Kinzu, and Mida have all been tagged down by scouts and deagles. I think Rallin and Pete's doing most of that damage. And actually, Rallin finds a kill. There's Grubby hiding out in all those little alphas CT middle. And it boils down to a 3-on-2 right now.
It does indeed, and that's going to make it now a 1-on-3. Mida's going to get the bomb plant here, but I don't fancy his chances. We'll see. If he can at least get himself 1 kill, that'll be about as much as he can hope for off of this one. All he needs is the dink, and he's not going to find it there. So, a really disastrous round there for ECVizualise. And you know, I'm not going to pretend to be the expert here, but I think maybe they didn't want to get hit by the scout as much before they went in.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty good assessment of the situation. I mean, that's what happens. Aggressive from mid-room or water with that scout. And I think it was Pete's, maybe, who peeked out with the Deagle from long A, and both of those were connecting shots. And at that point, you're pretty low. It's very scary then to walk in, especially on Cobble, right? Like, how many corners do you have to check on Cobble where someone could be hiding with the 5.7 with the CZ? And, well, in Vex, it worked out for them. And they will go. They actually will keep the scout up on Rallin. So it's surprising to see that Rallin will be the man to have the scout, but Pete is actually the opper for the squad, as far as I know.
Maybe going to play fairly aggressive with it. Well, we'll see. ECVizualise for their part going actually pretty ham there. Logic's running straight up, getting himself a Tech 9 kill. Now, not going to be willing to actually commit to the site, but it's looking like they intend to go B in the long run. ECVizualise hanging a drop down mostly. Let's see if they actually choose to go for it. Actually, Logic's, they should know he's there, and they do in fact lock him down. So VexedGaming now definitely very aware of the possibility of what's coming, but
oh my God,
are they going to be able to punish this? I think they are, because Groovy, he's there, does get flashed. Now going to be able to get himself more kills before dropping, which has kind of taken the wind out of the sails of ECVizualise, but it's not quite over yet. Now it is.
Yeah, he picks up a 3K. Even surprising that he got that. He was very blind. I think another flash might have come in, maybe from an ally on the CT side to help him out, or just another flash coming out from the terrace to try to blind him. Blinded the terrace, gave Grubby some more time. He's able to turn around, grab 2 more kills. So he's been playing pretty well. 6 for him. Mida already. He won the 1v1 in the pistol round. I think he had a 3K on that round. He's up to 7 kills, so he's doing quite well. And here they are running in with Deagles, and actually just with 1 Deagle and 4
How did
works
Rollin
out,
get
finding
there?
2 kills.
I'm very confused right now, but ooh, Hyper is not. Logic's there, just getting taken out in spite of, I thought, getting the drop. But yeah, Rollin, did he just literally run through mid there?
Yeah,
while
he
the
was
flashes were coming down.
I think he went into the smoke. I don't know if he was trying to push through it. It did look a little odd.
Yeah. Oh well. Got away with it, I guess. Mita, for his part, now thinking perhaps, yeah, not got the best of odds in that scenario. Didn't quite find the shot there, and does drop in the end. But I mean, this is kind of what we were expecting of this game going into it. Vex definitely the favorite.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, after the first round, it was maybe not looking too bad for ECVizualise, and even on the force buy, they did what? They brought it down to just 2 CTs, and even on the just upgraded pistols round, which was round 4, they killed 2 CTs, so they've kept the money pretty low. They've not allowed Vex to get... They've let them get ahead in rounds, but they have not got ahead in terms of economy. And Rallin, once again, trying to just rush out through that smoke, maybe trying to fly over to the steps up to the Dragon Room and hold out at that position, so playing a very aggressive CT side.
Extraordinarily aggressive, I'd have thought. I mean, is there not normally going to be someone looking there?
I mean, I guess a lot of teams, if you do put someone out in middle, they'll more than likely be focusing at long A, and you'll just have that one person and 4 over in the B halls. So I think there's a decent chance that Rallin could find himself slipping out into those Dragon Room steps.
Oh, fair enough. That's really one to try in matchmaking, actually. I don't know. But Vex there actually having lost 2 kills now, including a little bit of an unfortunate AWP. Are going to reclaim one here any second now as Rallin takes his time and sets himself up very nicely. But it's going to be coming down to Grubby as he's going to be the one to hold the push from long. Only gets the 1 kill, and now it's Rallin coming around this onto the site. Is going to actually get a very nicely timed flash to set him up for that kill there on Kinzo. Now it's going to be one-on-one. Logix actually gets the better of him. Did not look in the right spot there.
Yeah, Rallin was looking like a man on fire, just finding all of his targets. Gets a little bit caught off guard of Logix coming up that CT slope, and only on 10 HP, so, I mean, Logix, if he didn't hit that headshot, he was absolutely going to die, so good reactions from Logix. We'll find them a second round, and like I was talking about, Vex had got ahead in rounds, but their money had never stabilized, so even if off 1 loss, they have to go back down to a really strange round. Pistols, shotguns, it's shoddy snipes, pretty much.
The perfect setup. Nothing can go wrong with you. Have every range covered. So
exactly, right?
Yeah, alright. But not that good in Counter-Strike generally, as it is right now, though. It's coming down to the snipes at close range. And you see, that's the thing, though, right? In Counter-Strike, shotgun gets beaten by snipes, even at close range. If you're good, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Ferlin takes the 3K like that. Pretty nice, stopping them, and I mean, they picked a pretty bad place to go to, right? You're going to go long B, well, that's where an AWP is going to be very nice, and you're going to go through the drop room on your split, well, that's where the shotgun and even the 2 pistols that you had are going to excel. They definitely played positions to their weapons' advantages, and it worked out in that round, so Vex able to sidestep maybe some disaster there, because that would have been the 2-for-1 for Visualize, and that would have actually put them in the lead. And now this is a full-on eco, and it's the scout that actually comes out from Rallin.
Yeah, they're just trying to Zerg rush this one down. Not having the best of luck with it thus far, though. Rallin is waiting around the corner. Will actually want to flip for that kill there, and Kinzo somehow manages to get himself a 2K. So all of a sudden, we're facing the one-on-one. He's got that AWP, so he needs to find the one shot because he does not have a lot of health to work with. Fine, he has 2 methods of one-shotting, right? Gotta land the AWP shot or get the 1 deke, or apparently wrap around, find the bomb, and then head off to B site with Grubby only starting to smell a rat now that he hears the smoke. bomb plant is going to happen. That Galil is going to be waiting who knows where, from Grubby's perspective. There's so many places Kinzo could be right now, and it looks like he's going to be unable to guess correctly at the right time, though. He is going to just double back on himself and find the kill in the end with the Mag 7.
Yeah, Grubby was feeling pretty confident, I think, after he got out of drop room, he closed that distance, he realizes he can just pull out that shotgun. I don't know if the call came in that player might have been somewhat low, but Grubby seemed confident enough to just charge through with that Mag 7 out once he closed the distance. Now he picks up the Galil, M4A1S has come out. Hypero is now going to play with the op, and looking at the spawns, it's not like he has a good spawn. Vex seemed to be pushing this op around a lot. I mean, I looked on HLTV. Vex is a team I don't get to cast often, as they're in CEVO main, which is surprising considering they qualified for the major. But from what I looked at, I mean, Pete's was the opper using it the most. Furlan is maybe your fallback opper. But now they'll even throw it over to Hypero, who's going to take it out to B and be immediately clotheslined by Logix. Now it's going to be up to Furlan and Rallin. Grubby also here from drop room, so a very heavy B defense from VexedGaming.
Yeah, not a lot of luck with that AWP there, Hyper. You'd expect him to at least get the one before being traded back on, but as it happened, not to be. On this occasion, though, Vex will be able to clean up the scenario pretty quickly and push in to get the defuse. Now, saving up the AWP, saving up the rifles. AK, M4, is it a matter of preference? I mean,
it's really
AK
not.
is the best, right?
Better, yeah.
Rallin, step it up, man. Go find an AK. Was there even one around, actually? This might have been an issue.
Might have been some Galils on ECVizualise, but I'm sure they had more than one AK. That being said, like, the only reason the M4 is better is based on, like, positioning. If you've got the M4A1S in a very good position, that silencer goes a long way to disguise your bullets, unless you maybe get 2 kills when you should only get 1. But straight up, in a duel, the AK is going to be better with that one-shot headshot, of course.
Logix. Oh, going to be getting sprayed there. He was a little bit concerned for his safety. Is going to be backing himself away in the long run. Did have a kill dropping there on the Mike Q, but
how is Rallin getting away with
He's
this?
waiting around the corner and only gets himself a 1 kill there. So actually not as good as we might have hoped for him.
Yeah, Kinzo did a good job to get 2 kills over there on the A bomb site, which will give ECVizualise the 3-on-2 advantage. It's a massive advantage when you're on that T side. I mean, you generally have the advantage when it's even numbers. Furlan coming in from behind does hit the shot to the face, but wasn't close enough for the one-tap. Grubby's there with the P2K, and ooh, Logix. Logix is just a killer of men when he's on low HP.
As opposed to no, actually, you can kill other things in Counter-Strike. The killer of chickens.
Well, we turned him off in CEVO, so technically you can't.
Oh, damn. You've ruined my Counter-Strike experience. I've been looking forward to this, to the one time where you get the AWP shot blocked by the chicken.
That's why we turned them off.
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating if it actually happens. I imagine it's never happened to me, but you never know. Right now, though, looks like it's going to be a bull rush attempt from ECVizualise, and they actually have managed to get themselves 2 kills there suddenly out of nowhere. This is turning into a much better round than it looked like the first signs at the start. Now then, are they going to be able to hold the site? Does look pretty promising, because Grubby and Rallin, they're a good long way off, and there's a lot of time to find after plant positions here.
I think Vex in I mean, the stakes are pretty big, right? It's the main playoffs. Suppose it's still the upper bracket, so you can't take a loss in the best of the race. Also, just the first map would maybe want to save, but they're pretty confident going up against VexedGaming. I'm sure it comes to this one-on-one, and Kinzo will actually win it. You can see the mouse shaking there at the end, celebrating that nice 2K. Logix also with the 2K from Long Beach Flat, and ECVizualise now with 4 rounds to the 6 of VexedGaming.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be... Well, okay, I don't want to say definitely, but that's not a fun buy-up there for Vex, so it's probably not going to be...
They forced very hard in the last round. They even had some submachine guns. I think they had an ump in drop room. So that's why I was saying they might want to save these guns, but Vex are feeling very confident against ECVizualise, so of course they go for that retake. And it did almost work out for them.
Fair enough for them. That's the high-risk, high-reward for you. Now they're going to be biting the bullet and facing up to their creditors. They have no money, and now they are going to be shot repeatedly. find enough
That's how it
money
works.
for it. That is how it works, pretty much. That's my experience.
Be responsible with your money.
You will be shot.
Don't get shot repeatedly.
Yeah, I've heard it's not a popular thing to have happen to you. They are going to pass across
I
the
like
AK.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rally can save that. Grubby's gonna go hunt for some more. I don't know if the gun of... I don't know which one was picked up, either Cobus or Logic's gun, but maybe there is another AK down if Grubby could find it after this bomb goes off. Yeah, he's going to run into this B bomb site, try to pick up another rifle. Does actually find it. Good eye for Grubby. So that's exactly what you want to have happen when you go for a full eco on the CT side. To come away with 2 rifles is insanely massive.
Yeah, that was actually really, really nice. Like, just to turn, and I mean, getting the kills in the first place is already good value out of that eco, but saving as well is just not something it's not something you expect to get out of an eco. Oh, hello, this is the aggressive play actually from Ralwin by the looks of it, but that's not going to be the focus of what's going on right now. There are a bunch of flashes flying over on the B site. ECVizualise thinking about going in. Logic's covered by the smoke is just going to be peeking around very, very slowly, not actually finding anything so far, though. Yeah, Vexed, for their part, has continued to look his way, but they're not going to be able to look at the right time. It doesn't matter, though. Hyper just switches over to the rifle. And the grenade does not get punished, so 4 plays 4 now, with a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, it's good that Hyper hit that shot because Furlan, who was up on the tree, had just got Molotov'd off, so Hyper's help had disappeared, but Hyper wins the battle. Rallin was the first casualty of the round. He had peeked out middle and was taken down by Mida, and here comes the B execute from ECVizualise.
Yeah, one hell of a lot of flashes being thrown there, and Hyper will get finished off, but they have not, it seems, noticed further, and he is waiting on the statue. He heard the plant going down, in fact. Will actually be getting a kill, so Santa Mikaju, they didn't get the bomb plant. He's got to get the 1v3. I don't know how likely it is, and Robbie doesn't even allow him to get the 1 kill there on the 10 HP player, but that seemed like a round that ECVizualise should have won.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, though. That smoke is down. It leaves the gap in the site. Furlan gets in unnoticed. He can look through. He can see information, and obviously the most important information he got by hearing. Here's that bomb going down. The other type of defusing.
Yeah, the reverse defuse.
Yeah, the reverse defuse. No, he wins in that round pretty much just by that positioning in the smoke. It's 7-5. We haven't even talked about Bobble really as a map. Is slightly T-sided overall, but I think given the odds here of like an 80-20, I don't really know much about ECVizualise other than Mida's a pretty cool guy because he was in our TeamSpeak not too long ago, getting his issues sorted. But I think they're playing pretty well to have 5 rounds here against Vex, and maybe more than that as it's a 4-on-3.
Oh, the push through the flames. Brave in the sense of yes, Minister, where it's perhaps a little bit suicidal, but it actually worked out okay, I guess. You visualize now
quite
on
low.
Oof, yeah, very, very little health indeed. Beats. If he knew, probably just pull out his P2K or his USP. As it is, though, he's going to flash and look for the AWP. Not going to find it, though, so not much luck so far. Try again for Zenny, going to go out and find a bullet to the head. So unfortunate for him, but good position by ECVizualise.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned how low they were, but the fact that it was Pete's left in a 1 versus 3 with those players being very low, and he's an opper, in that sense, it didn't really matter, and it didn't seem like the information was passed across to Pete's that they were low, where he could have used that USP, even though Kinto did have like 40 HP. So yeah, it was a hard call to make, and definitely a hard thing to clutch. And there it is, 7-6, and a round that is a little lackluster from VexedGaming, and if they lose this, it will actually allow Visualize to win the half.
That would be a real turnout for them, because this is Vexed. Hang on. I'm not sure I trust my memory, but I'm pretty sure this is Vexed's choice of map, and it's certainly looking like it's not going to be their victory in this particular round.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure it is their map pick. Yeah, they picked Cobble. Visualize picked Dust, too. That'll be the map coming up, and Overpass was that 3rd randomized map, which is also a map I believe that Vex like quite a lot.
Shot. He is doing some work there, peeps. It always feels distinctly unsatisfying, though, with the Scout, where you hit someone, you totally nailed them, and they just don't even die, and you have to just sort of walk away meekly and wait for another shot. But, last round of the half now coming in. Economy, though, for Vex. Ooh, that's dicey.
Yeah, again, Vex coming into this being very confident. There was a couple rounds where I don't know. I don't want to like speak for them. Obviously, I don't know Vex as a team that well. I don't know what they think of ECVizualise, but it seems like they're coming in with a little disrespect, buying on rounds where maybe they shouldn't. They got lucky or just are skilled enough to have won them earlier on, but that last one hurt. They could have saved had a rifle here, would have given them the likely 8-7, and instead it's going to be ECVizualise, who if you just crunch the numbers, should come out 8-7 here on Cobble, and that's about the way this map plays between teams that are of even strength. And Logix, like, I gotta give this guy a medal. He has been a champion at working off that long B platform. Like, almost every round he finds a kill, whether it's with a rifle, a Tech 9, or what have you.
Well, there's still more work to be done, though. Yep, it's going to be a bit of an aggressive retake attempt here from VexedGaming. Not much else they can be doing, unfortunately. It's going to come down to Hydra, and he's the only man standing, so he will go down in the end. And 7-8 is the scoreline as we swap halves.
Yeah, I mean, that was Mida, of course, like, some of the most impact frags that you can get in Counter-Strike are on the pistol round. He comes up very, very big on the first round in this game. He gets a 3K after being frustrated for about 55 minutes of trying to verify on the client. So he was a little frustrated. He definitely took that frustration out on VexedGaming. They made this probably a lot harder than Vexed has expected, than the community has expected, definitely than I expected. But I'm happy that it's definitely come to a competitive game. And Kinzo and Logix more so in particular, like I just mentioned, was so good at working off that B platform. He'd work off the B platform when they were actually taking B, and like we saw in the last round, he worked off that B platform as a one-man army, got some kills when the rest of his team actually took A, and now we're into the second half.
Yeah, super high value player, basically, when you can have that impact strategically and like draw people to stop you and also not die and get kills. That is super cool to see. But of course, it's the pistol round, and this is going to be a big old Glock train heading straight for the statue, actually catching them off guard as Rallen comes around the corner there, gets himself 2 headshots, and this is turning into a whitewash extremely quickly. Mida does not have the chance to do anything so far unless he's going to show us something truly amazing here, which has not happened for him, unfortunately. Hyper will finish that one off, and Vex just coming out like a storm.
Yeah, you know that it's about to be a really bad round when you're the CTs in the B-bomb site and you let every single terrorist get off of long B without getting a kill. I think at that point they're like, we've lost this round. And the kills came quickly after that for Vex. They didn't even lose a person on that round. Not that that matters too much on pistol. But here you go, P90, MAC-10, Galil, AK, and the good old sawed-off shotgun. So a little bit of everything here for Vex.
Right! If this is matchmaking, you call them a troll. But see, it didn't do any damage. Come on.
Sawed-off's fun.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
900 bucks, though.
Just no. Just no. Well, okay.
Oh, wow.
This is okay. The second game is slightly dicey because Logic is hanging around and not actually going to be looking quite the right way. Got flanked, but even so, pretty good full stop, I guess, economically.
I mean, they forced some rebuys here, but then again, Vex didn't spend that much money and they're terrorists. But it's nice to get some kills. ECVizualise will still, of course, have to save. And, of course, the kills give them a little bit more spending money, right? 300 bucks for a few of those kills.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a smoke. That's some extra utility when you come into round 19.
I agree. I do not, well, I mean... So visualize...
Zeus's, I forgot we re-enabled these.
It's
Lodge.
so elaborate. Oh, well.
These are good spots for the Zeus's. One at drop and one right off the long P platform.
Yeah. DFW, you're all stacked on one site and no one's there. R.I.P.
Well, fair though. I mean, it looks like when you see it from this point of view, when you can see everything when you're watching or casting, it looks silly. But I like that so much more than, hey, let's let's go play default spots with pistols. You have like a 0% chance to win the round. I much prefer them just stacking up. And while that Zeus does net them 1 kill, of course, they're $200 now and there's no kill bonus.
I love the optimistic Zeus shot.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
He knew in his own mind that was slightly too far away.
Yep.
He was just like, well, maybe. It's always like it's a pure 50-50 gamble, and you know, if the 50 goes the wrong way, then unlucky, I guess. You look a bit foolish, but you didn't really lose anything anyway. So I can see why teams do it, and I can see why that is going to be actually probably still hanging on to Mac 10.
Cool.
Puzzled by that. I'll ask you about that later, but right now it's going to be the rush onto the site once again. Raid is here, but it's actually going to be met quite heavily at the station. Like you hanging around doing a lot of damage there. Kinzo waiting around the corner now, peeks out, only gets a bit of damage, and now it's going to be up to Logix once again to clean this up. He's going to get quite a lot of damage down, but it leaves us in this one-on-one scenario once again. Smitter, the last man for ECVizualise, hanging around. Goes down. Very, very close. All right, now, and they're just playing Ring Around the Rosies, but for keeps. Hyper will be keeping the round, I guess.
Yeah, so the Mac 10 stays up. I think it was on Grubby, just because they're confident, right? They're on this T side. They expect to be able to win with just 4 AKs, and actually that Mac 10 did even net them 1 kill in that last round. And if you can stay alive with it and keep it up, you know that another pistol round is coming, so you just keep getting kills with this Mac 10. And actually, Pete's bought into another Mac 10, so they've got a good read on the ECVizualise economy right now, and are building their own by keeping that Mac 10 around, winning a round, buying another one, and then farm up some kills. Like, Hypero's got 9k, 5.3 on Pete's, as they work out into B, but they are running into the stack this time. They avoided it on round 2 of the second half. Running into it here, not really that costly.
Yeah, it's going to come down to Logix here to do something to make up for his pistol expenses, but nothing doing. Yeah, it's one of those things. They clearly were alert to the possibility there on Vexed that there could be another 5-man stack, and just thought, well, we'll play it a bit slow, play it a little bit far back, and I liked the Molotov that was up close, just because that's really the only risk when you're against pure USPs, is the up-close guys.
If there's any of those pistols, the one-shots, I think there were some 5.7s on the field.
Oh, were there?
So
I'm going blind.
Yeah, Logix had one at least. So they didn't run in blind. They definitely took their time and worked in. Probably realized the stack was there, but just kept hitting their shots. So now ECVizualise, what do they have themselves? Kinzo picks up the op. Actually a bit better of a rifle round than the one they had in round 19. 4 kits. I think some of the smokes were already used. There's an incendiary on Mita. And who's our man? That's actually our man Spotting A, which it seems like VexedGaming are changing their approach. Here's Ferlin getting 2 kills outside B, and maybe room for one more. Nearly finds a third. Cobus finally shuts it down, and the execute comes out. Vex is pulling the trigger onto the A-bomb site.
Yeah, he is going to be absolutely okay with only the 2. You know, maybe I could have had a third cake, but that's fine there for their side of Vexed, and they've got control of the site, but they've actually not necessarily kept control completely. His Logix, snuck his way through, but couldn't actually finalize any kills there, and they did react quickly enough to finish him off.
Yeah, I thought Logix was going to be able to make a pretty big play, but he got kind of caught. Like, he got into a good position, but then he had to watch like everything, because someone could peek out from either side of the truck, someone could peek out from the site, and I think he was watching the left side of the truck when the player did peek from the site. Well, and even then, it was going to be like 1 versus 4 with Vexed. They want to be. Oh, there's Meta! Hoping for another 1 deagle. Ferlin sees that deagle, or probably hears the deagle, and goes for the crouch peek. And that catches Mid off guard, so it's into the 4-on-4. Here's Kinzo now with the FAMAS spraying down, but Ferlin again with the kill. So the double entry grant, Hope is spotted on CT slope. Ferlin with the triple now. Can he just keep on going? Logix and Mike U. And Mike U very, very low, down to 18 HP. Yeah, these guys will go ahead and save.
Saving, and VexedGaming is going to end up on 14. It's the right decision, but it's a hard decision to make, and it's got to be a little bit gutting as well. They've done so much damage to so many players, but just couldn't finish anyone off. I think they even had a lineup happen for one of the Furnaces. I think it was for Mikey. Several people lined up on Vexed, and he just didn't have the damage, Captain, and he ended up running away.
Yeah, right? On CT slope, is that what we're talking?
Yeah.
I think that might have been Cobus.
Yeah,
they were
I was
definitely
thinking
lining
through
up.
what I was saying, and I was like, actually, he would have died in that scenario I was describing. I was like, it probably wasn't the guy I said, but I'm going to pretend that I know what I'm talking about.
That's pretty much our job, isn't it?
Yeah.
So VexedGaming try to hunt down some of the CTs that are saving. One of them actually die in the process, so they do, ECVizualise do keep those 2 guns up, which will fuel their efforts here as they are buying to win right now. And I think this map has showed its T-sidedness, and Vexed have showed, how good they are when they get onto the T side. It's looking like that one-sided affair we would have expected from the start. Not even a round in the half.
Oh my.
Visualize.
Oh, I thought you were gonna get like 2 people pop up there from Visualize. That would have been. It didn't happen, but they did manage to get some damage out there from Cobus, who was waiting in the wings, and that's actually gonna get punished pretty hard there by Vex. Cobus did his job, guys. It's just a pity about everyone else kind of getting slaughtered as the push on comes through. Now some flashbangs to follow as the retake attempt is in for ECVizualise, but they're getting bogged down, not really able to get any kills, not really able to get anything at all. In fact, because Kinzo's gone down, it's going to be down to Mitter. He gets himself 2, but is he going to get anything more? Looking for the pokes around, but he's going to get flanked. And that will be Rowland finishing off the round, putting his team up to 15-8.
Well, Rowland's bayonet is very nice.
Oh, it's a fine gun. He's got a fine gun. Unfortunately, everyone else now is holding. Well, actually, we were seeing a smoke grenade. See, that's when do we get grenade skins?
Soon, I'm sure.
It's
inevitable, right?
We will, won't we? Yeah.
Or like a different pull pin for the grenades, like your keychain or something. That'd be pretty cool. I've just thought of that, but that seems like a good idea. Here's Logic with the kill with the Famas. Hypero will land on his head, squashes him out like he's a Goomba, and then Hypero getting another kill, which is good for him, because at the end of the first half, he only had... Am I seriously reading this correctly? I need to look at the box score. I would have sworn that Hypero had like 5 kills at the end of the half, and I mean, has Hypero been doing all the lifting here in the second half? Because he's up to 18 now.
I think the box at the bottom is bugged, right? It just shows like random numbers sometimes when it feels like it. So it's hard to know if that is necessarily the way things went for Hypero. I don't feel like he was going especially ham in the second half.
Yeah, neither did I. Let's take a look. So they just won Cobbles 16-8. That's VexedGaming. I wanted to break down the hat. So, oh my gosh. I wish this website would remember my login, but I guess that's just asking too much.
Websites.
Stupid websites.
God,
so I was right. Hypero, at the end of the first half, had 5 kills. In the second half, he got 13 kills. So he completely carried on that T side. He gets 13 kills. The next closest was Rowland with 9. And, well, in the first half, Grubby had 20 kills in the first half. Overall, he gets 26, Rowland 22. Hypero made a big jump back to get up to 18. And the most frags there was Mitta on the side of ECVizualise with 22. And 2 men over 180 AR, both Grubby and Rowland for VexedGaming. So that was.
I mean, do we have the stats actually for Mitta's scores in the 2 halves?
Yeah, I can get them for you. So first half, Mitta grabbed 17 kills. Second half, where they don't even win around on CT side, Mitta grabs 5 kills, which was still the second most. Logic got 6 in the second half.
Yeah, because I definitely felt like Mitta had lower impact, but it's hard to remember. It's hard to differentiate that because there was just an overall lower number of rounds. So I guess the kills. Yeah. So do we have? Okay, this is advanced stats now. Do we have like a kills per round average?
Yeah, we got KDR or KPR.
Okay.
Whose do you want?
I want Mitta's again because I want to compare his first half and his second half.
For the whole game, or you want his halves?
Per half.
1.13 for half 1 and 0.56 for half 2. So
yeah, because like I just had it in my head as an instinct, like no logic, pure animal brain. telling me like Minter was not as impactful, shall we say? Although the whole team kind of fell
Yeah, I
apart a
don't know.
bit,
I
to
mean,
be honest.
there was no impact in the second half, right? Because they didn't even win a round.
That's a sad statistic to hear.
Yeah,
It's
sorry
like,
to
I'm sorry,
burst
you've made
everyone's
me sad.
streams. I will say I think Logic's had more of the impact kills in that game. Let's see if our efficacy agrees. It does agree. Logic's had 9.7 efficacy, a 9.0 for Kinzo, and 8.7 for Mida. I think Logic's just working off that B platform, opened up so many rounds on that T side. That's why they were able to actually have the lead after the first half, 8-7. But it was certainly a different story come the second half, where Vexed were like, we're on the T side, and we've won this game 16-8, which means we're going to go into map 2, which will be Dust 2, the pick of ECVizualise, a map that VexedGaming plays. Let's see, 24% of their maps on Cobblestone, 24% on Overpass. So if it does go 3 maps, VexedGaming very favored. VexedGaming actually very favored already in this series, but Dust 2 is a map they have only played 17% of the time in the last 3 months, which means 8 times played. They've gone 4-4, and not even against really the best competition. I mean, Planet Key they've played, a couple teams I haven't heard of. Keydstars, Hellraisers, and Na'Vi, though, do stand out, and they had some pretty decent performances against those teams. Actually, Hellraisers dominated Vex here on Dust 2, which is a little surprising.